So, if some dream comes true as you saw it, does it mean everything is predetermined? That's the question. See, right now, suppose I plant a mango seed. If I plant a mango seed, can I keep my options open and expect maybe coconuts will fall out of this tree, maybe apples will fall out of this tree, maybe cherries will come out of this tree? All possibilities are open, isn't it? Yes? Oh, where do you come from? Come from Wonderland or Harry Potter or something? If you plant a mango seed, only mangoes will come. That much is determined, isn't it? But how big the mangoes will be, how many mangoes will we see on this tree, or will we ever see mangoes at all, are subject to various things, isn't it? So all those things are in our hands. Whether this tree will bear mangoes, if it bears, how many, to what extent, how long, all these things are in our hands. But whether this will produce mangoes or coconuts, that is not in your hands. That also can be taken into your hands if you dig deep enough into life. But if you simply live your normal life, you can take charge of how many mangoes, but you can't take charge of mangoes or something else. If you want to take charge of the other dimension, then you have to dig deep enough into life. Right now you are not digging that deep, you're just saying how to produce more mangoes. Right now this program is focused on how to produce more mangoes. We are not talking about can we produce some other fruit on this mango tree. No, we're not looking at the direction at all here. But is there a way to do that? Yes. If you dig deep enough, that is also a possibility. So is anything predetermined? No. Whatever is determined has been determined by you unconsciously. Nobody else is predetermining anything for you. You unconsciously write your own software through the karmic process. Accordingly your life functions. Whichever way you wrote your software, that is the way you think, that's the way you feel, that's the way you act, that's what you invite in your life. So one thing that we're trying to change now is, depending upon what kind of karma you create and generate within you, it is that kind of fragrance that you throw out. Depending upon what kind of fragrance you throw out into the world, that is the kind of things you invite for your life. Some people seem to be constantly meeting pleasant things, some people seem to be meeting constantly unpleasant things in their life. Do you see this happening? Or for yourself at certain phases in your life, somehow it is like one after another it's coming. Sometimes one after another beautiful things are coming. So this is simply, it depends. Today, what you have in your garbage bin, today you have rotten fish, certain things come. Tomorrow you have flowers, certain other things come. So it all depends what kind of stuff you're throwing out. So right now, the Kriya and the Shunya is focused on this, that you create a certain pleasantness of your inner energies, so that naturally what comes to you is of pleasant nature. And even if unpleasantness happens to come for some reason, you are pleasant enough to go through it pleasantly. That's what makes the difference, isn't it? See, where you're walking, what you're walking through is not important. How you're walking through is what makes the difference, isn't it? Suppose you had to walk through hell for 5 years, you walk through it joyfully and gracefully. It is fine, hell is also a good experience, isn't it? Only if you suffered immensely, hell is a terrible thing, isn't it so? So, right now we are focusing on that aspect of life to bring a certain sense of pleasantness which cannot be disturbed from outside. and to exude a certain kind of pleasantness that naturally it'll attract pleasant things in the world towards you. Always, it doesn't matter what we do with the world, there will be pleasant and there will be unpleasant in the world. What you are going to meet on a daily basis is what makes the difference for you, isn't it? Not all of us meet the same level of pleasantness in the world, nor do all of us meet the same level of unpleasantness in the world, isn't it? Yes? On a daily basis, we meet in different grades of how much you get. This largely depends on what you're throwing out every moment of your life. This is not just thought and emotion, this is much deeper than that. So that is what we are looking at here. So is it predetermined? Definitely not. Determined out of your unconsciousness. If you make yourself conscious, all those things can be altered.
For more on Sadhguru, visit www.ishafoundation.org.